You speak like you saw it fall, like you heard that final call, like you stood inside that room when hope collapsed into doom. You talk like you felt that air, like you tasted that despair, but you were safe somewhere else, running your mouth to yourself. You saw the smoke, you missed the fire, you heard the story, you skipped the wire. Down. You weren't there when I hit that ground. You weren't there when the lights went black, so don't act like you know that fact. You weren't there when it cut that deep. You weren't there when I couldn't sleep. If you weren't there in that despair, don't speak like you care. You don't know what it takes to stand when everything slips from your hand. You don't know the weight of a name when it's tied to loss and blame. You don't know that hospital air or the coat of that folding chair. You don't know the sound it makes when something inside you breaks. You judge the scar, you miss the wound, you saw the silence, you skipped the truth. Swallow pride. You weren't there when something died. You weren't there when I chose to stay instead of walking away. You weren't there when the line was thin, when giving up almost won. If you weren't there in that night, don't rewrite my fight. Stand where I stood, feel what I felt, then talk about who I am. You weren't there when I rebuilt me, brick by brick, quietly. You weren't there in the dust and dirt and the lessons carved by hurt. So if you weren't there in that war, don't stand here like you were. You weren't there. You weren't there. You weren't there. You see the surface, polished steel. You don't see what it took to feel. You see the calm, you see the stance. You don't see the second chance. You see the name, you see the face. You don't see the narrow space between giving up and holding on, between the breaking and staying strong. You see the smoke, you miss the flame. You see the outcome, you skip the pain. You don't know the weight I carried. You don't know the nights unburied. You don't know the cost it made to build the spine you see displayed. You see the quiet, you see the frame. You don't know the way. Talk like truth is yours to claim, like scars or trophies you can name. But you weren't there when it went dark, when silence left its mark. You don't know that hospital air, or the cold of an empty chair. You don't know the sound it makes when something inside you breaks. You see the steel, you miss the strain. You see the scar, you skip the blade. You don't know the weight I held. You don't know the fire I felt. You don't know the line I crossed, or what surviving cost. You see the wind, you see the name. You don't know the way. Talking from where you stand, heart a bleeding where I stand. You don't get to judge that wall if you never touch that floor. Walk a mile, carry it slow, and tell me what you know. You don't know the weight I bore. You weren't there behind that door. You don't know the nights I stayed when quitting felt like being saved. You see the man I am today. You don't know the weight. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Twist a line, you twist a name, build a legend out of blame. Talk like you were in my skin, like you knew where I've been. Fill the silence with your guess, dress it up like righteousness. But you ain't walked a single mile through the dirt beneath my trials. You saw the smoke, you missed the burn. You heard a whisper, scared to turn. Don't write my story with your mouth. You don't know what it's about. You weren't there when it went down, when the silence shook the ground. Don't cut my truth from what you see. You don't bleed what bled in me if you didn't stand in that fire. Don't speak like you were wired. Label scars like you won't pain, like every loss is just a game. Judge the man I am today, but you don't know the price I paid. You see the strength, you miss the cost. You see the win, you skip the loss. You talk brave in open light, but you miss that fight. You hear the echo, you miss the scream. You saw the ending, skip the scene. Don't write my story in your tone. You weren't there when I stood alone. Don't frame my fight to fit your view. You don't know what I went through. Don't speak my name like it's yours. You weren't there behind those doors. If you didn't walk that line, keep your pen off mine. You don't get to own my past. You don't get to hold it fast. You don't get to shape that pain just to make yourself feel sane. This ain't yours to rearrange. Don't write my story with your lies. You don't know these nights. You don't know that war inside or what survived. Don't speak for me, don't rewrite what you never had to fight. If you weren't there in that storm, don't pretend you were born. Keep your pen on mine. Keep your pen on You talk like pain is simple, like scars don't leave a mark, like every choice is easy when you ain't stood in the dark. You judge from dry pavement while life stood knee deep in mud. You never felt that pressure or tasted iron and blood. You see the outside, you miss the way. You call it weakness, you never face. Walk before you talk, stand where I had to stand, hold what I had to hold, then try to understand. Walk before you talk, feel that line I crossed, carry what I carried, then count the cost. Know the nights when silence hit too loud, when pride was all I had and I couldn't bow. You don't know the depths, the way the flame. You saw the man, you skipped the pain. Walk before you talk, through dust and broken truth. Make the calls I made when there was no excuse. Walk before you talk, through fear that wouldn't fade. If you still stand tall, then say what you say. It's easy from a distance, it's harder in the storm. It's easy being certain when you ain't been torn. Walk it slow, carry it deep, then speak. Walk before you talk, through loss and sleepless nights, through moments when quitting felt like it was right. Walk before you talk, through fire I walk through. If you make it outstanding, then I'll listen to you. Walk it and talk. You see the man I am today. You didn't watch the price I paid. You see the calm, the steady ground. You weren't there when it broke down. You speak like truth is yours to hold, like you walk through heat and cold. But you never stood that line, you never carried mine. You don't own what you never bore. You don't claim what you never wore. You don't get to judge the fire if you never felt the burn. You don't get to speak my name if you never took that turn. You don't get to shape my scars or decide what I've become if you weren't there in that storm. You don't get to judge anyone. It's easy talking from a seat where failure never touched your feet. You didn't hold that breaking line. You didn't cross that thin divide. You didn't bury what I bury, didn't carry what I carried. You saw the outcome, called it fate. You never felt the weight. You see the steel, you miss the strength. You see the strength, you skip the pain. You don't get to judge the flame if you never stood in heat. You don't get to call it wrong from a safe and steady sea. You don't get to claim my fight at war. You don't get to judge. I don't need approval. I don't need your view. I survived what you couldn't. That's enough truth. You don't get to judge this life. You didn't bleed this ground. You don't get to speak that loud when you weren't around. You don't get to ride my end or question how I've won if you weren't there in that storm. You don't get to judge. You don't get to judge.